There's no way to know how many dogs are euthanized in shelters every year across the country, much less how many of one specific type of dog, because no organization or government agency tracks that. However, a visit to any urban shelter shows that pit bulls make up a big portion of the overall shelter dog population.
The vast majority of the animals that come into the Humane Society are pit or pit bull mixes. There does seem to be a negative connotation in society and in the public about pit bulls.
In our shelter, probably, like even right now, probably I'd say 75% of the dogs in adoption are pits or pit mixes. We've noticed a lot of times like landlords will not allow pit bulls. They don't care if it's been temperament tested, if it's the friendliest pit bull there in the shelter. They do have that reputation. I know insurance is a problem, landlords is a problem. So yes, people walk in a shelter and they walk right by them. We do temperament test all of our pit bulls and actually all of our dogs. And they haven't seemed like they're any more aggressive than any of the other dogs that we temperament test. I actually love the breed. If you train them just as you train any other dog, you're not going to have an issue. Keep them exercised, keep them mentally stimulated. They're just as fine as a Labrador Retriever.
Pit bulls used to be America's nanny dog, but their perception today is vastly different. While pit bulls fill shelters throughout the country, pit bull owners and animal advocates have taken it upon themselves to speak up for these dogs.
I had him in the pet store the other day, and a couple of older ladies came down and they saw him and they stopped and they were like, oh, and they turned around. And I was like, he's really friendly. I wouldn't have brought him out if he wasn't. And they just go, yeah, I'm sure.
Especially, working at the hospital, by all means, you have a pit bull walks into the lobby and everybody panics and picks their dogs up really quick. And 90% of the time when you have somebody coming in, it's the pits that are nice and the chihuahuas that want to eat you. They're just hyper happy dogs. I mean, they never have a bad day, either one of them. Obviously, the puppy doesn't know what a bad day is yet, but Remy, the big one, she's always in a good mood. I mean, always just wants to make me happy. She'll do anything to make me happy.
Media insists on reporting only attacks by pit bulls. It's very rare when you see a report of an attack by any other dog, but other dogs are much more prone to violence. Owning a pit bull can be extremely costly in terms of insurance. If you're a homeowner, many insurance companies will not insure you if you have a pit bull. There's a lot of cities where you just can't have pit bulls. They have breed-specific legislation forbidding the possession of the ownership of pit bulls. We are committing quietly and happily genocide against a whole breed. Thousands upon thousands. I mean, who knows how many? Could you think of Hitler and the big question for the Germans, what was that? The big question always was, well, we cannot believe that 6 million Jews were being killed and you didn't know about it. Well, guess what? Same thing's happening to these animals. You're sitting idly by while society is killing them. Your neighbors and your government, your city government, they're killing them. They're committing genocide. And 10 years from now, when the breed completely disappears, somebody's going to go, oh, well, you cannot say that you didn't know about it. The reality is that, yes, now we can see that that kind of cruelty can be committed and people actually will look the other way because it's more convenient.